All right, beautiful day back at it. Here we go again. Here we grow again. Okay, today's episode of something here. Maybe I'll get something done. Anyway, we're putting the Flowmasters, the dual exhaust. I was gonna set this up for an X pipe, but the one I got I really don't care for, so I think I'm just gonna H pipe her somewhere here behind the tail shaft of the tranny. Get all the mufflers set up. We do want to pop up and out. Goes straight out there and on the other side. This is all 3-inch stainless, and we're going to continue on from there. After we get this welded up, I like to use the bed for the reference point, the height and left and right and all that goodie. After we get all of that done, we'll lift the bed off, finish all the body work, and keep going. All right, feeling good enough to be in the garage for an hour or two. I don't know how much longer this is going to last. My wind is running out. My sail's got a hole in it. But anyway, we're working on the exhaust. Got our bed kind of set up. Shortened everything up. That's ready to rock and roll. What ain't ready to rock and roll is me. Maybe if I took some meth and started a mullet starter kit, I'd probably feeling better. But anyway, there's our 3-inch duals with H-pipe in the center. Flowmaster 40 series. We got to finish welding some of the stuff that ain't done. Piece by piece, we're going to try to finish up this whole setup. Our next dilemma is the gas tank, or possibly raising the bed deck lid, whatever you want to call it. But, there it be. I'll get you some more footage in a minute. All right, back on the back part of the body of the truck, man. Okay, we had a slight game plan change. We had a really big gas tank, and I want everything flush mounted. No reason to go this far on the vehicle and not make it look good. So, what I'm dealing with at the current moment, if you look at the angle of that top of that bed, this one over here ain't bad. But I'm going to straighten them out so they ain't sitting crooked. I'm going to start this off pretty simple. Start your way up here. Get that correct. Follow it all the way back. Use a piece of nice, thick, flat stock so you can really find trueness in your love. Okay, so this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. And we're looking up new fuel cells, which we're actually going for one that mounts in there. About 10 inches deep with a skid plate below it. And that we should be pretty kosher, so bear with us for the journey. These will be getting removed. They were getting framed to cover the other gas tank, which was going to go in there. But this is my boy's truck. Trying to make sure he's happy with every single move we make here. I got to knock the dust off this thing, get it back in the booth, finish painting the cab. Get all the rest of the dust off this paint. It looks like horrible right now, so bear with us. We're going to keep on pushing forward. All right, back on her. And I'm putting another coat of crap on the fender. That's going to be cutting way down. Just wanted to fill some scratches. Got a couple little holes I got to tack up still. I like to weld those. Okay. And then after we're done, once we get this off, we're going to hit the front section. Get everything primed up. What we're working on tonight, though, is brake line. And I prefer you use the, what the heck is it, half nickel, half copper. Got some strength to it, but it's flexible. I've noticed with stainless, they're great brake lines and all, but if they don't fit, or if they don't seat at the end, they're a pain in the butt. But I do and will tell you from experience, the copper bends pretty nice, and it holds good. Real easy to flare. We're going to run that right along the frame all the way back. We're going to be popping it out here. And probably like right here somewhere, popping down for our rubber line to the rear end. On the rear end of this, we got to get all this dust cleaned off, man. Wow. All aside that. Anyway, we're going to run to the new disc brake setup. It'll be rubber line from there to there. And then copper up to the T. T goes with the rubber line to the frame, and then the other side of the T goes long in the little clamp set, pieces right here and here. And we're going to run that to the rear caliper setup on that as well. And then off the front, nice thing about all this is you actually do have some room still. We're going to be putting a brake proportioner somewhere in this general area away from the exhaust pipe. We got to brace this up just a little bit. I had to notch this just to get the pipe in, so I'm going to double up quarter plate on that section, strengthen that back up. Other than that, you're going to run a brake line across the back side. Normally the back side is always best. Keeps it out of harm's way. And then you can go to the caliper. And then this side will be a short piece up to the frame, to the T, the brake proportioner. And from there, I just don't want to put anything on yet because we still got a lot of painting to do. So I'm going to be picky on what I do from here. But some of this metal is a little rough. But we did soda blast it. So dug all in there. We got basically all the rust out. Hooking all of our sensors back up and everything else. So bear with me for the ride. We're going to keep on going. All right, we're back at the 68 C10. It don't stop. Neither do I. Okay, maybe I ain't as fast as I used to be. We're just kind of wrapping up exhaust, setting up brake lines, running along frame. We're going to have a lot of touch up on this thing. Well, that's what happens when you redo the whole truck. Okay, we're tying all that in. Our brake lines will be tying in the proportioners and T's up there, T in the back. Exhaust is looking fair, but a little rough on a few spots. Other than that, we keep on going, keep you posted. Don't mind the bare spots. I have welding to do, and yeah, you know the deal. You welding, you can't just tap it on the paint, man. It ain't gonna weld right. All right, welcome back. We're back on the 68 C10. We got a little section. We're gonna go ahead and finish the body work on just the little front there. Here, as soon as I get the bed popped off. We got a few little spots to straighten up and whatnot. Wanted to get some coverage over bare metal though. Overall, she's looking pretty good. Not noticeably a long bed prior to this. But there it is. And we're going to keep on moving forward. Probably bust the bed off today. I do want to do the body work and then give it a whole nother coat of the primer, the black primer. Really like this black primer. Really easy to work with. Shows you sanding patterns great as well. There you go. Bear with us. All right. Hold on. Let me get my camera glare gone. My phone's broken again or something. Okay. We got some primer on the, well, it used to be a long bed. Now it's a short bed. Pretty good little body work. We got to get this little front edge done up now. And we are assembling, putting some shims in on the front end. I use my stands here so I can level it up left to right easy. I don't know what's going on with my camera today, guys. Maybe it's because it's so cold here. I'm going to pinch that together a little bit more. We got to make sure that we got the right. But I think our two front clip mounts are actually not correct. They're brand new, but they seem like they're about 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch too short. Getting up all these little setups, had to trim a few pieces to actually make this fit. We're gonna get our top bolts in, and then after all that, I'll reline up our inner fender wells. And course port is still loose. I want everything movable, all bolts intact, and just start working your way. Start on one end and then work your way to the other. Best off to start on the cab because everything's already in place, but you bolt together the front and shimmy it around up and down, left, right, all that good mamma jamma. Other than that, yeah, we're going to keep on going on this. And I've got to start working on some of this inner bed metal as well. We're going to put on our roll pan. Got that ready to go. Had to straighten out the back little bed here. We got all new hardware, lights, everything. And like I said, we got it just like one little touch up on body work. But overall, she looks pretty good. A couple little touch ups on paint underneath, whatnot. But brake lines are well on their way as well. Oh, bear with me, fellas. Yeah. All right, back on a little different aspect of the 68 build. Okay, just broke out of our hardware for the tailgate. Missing the actual hinge torrents, if I remember that called correctly, which slide in here. They mount right here and here, with the center pivot point being right there and right there. Okay, the stoppers are on. Okay, now these are set up like this. Notice it goes like this, so when it shuts, it can push that in. And that's on both sides. Make sure your angle is up or faces the front of the truck when mounted. Don't mind, we got a couple boo-boos, but I'm going to be raptor lining the back side of this anyway. Here's our new handle assembly. Now when you put this all together, you're going to notice it goes just like that. Pretty straightforward. 2 holes on my left, 2 holes, 1 hole, 1 hole. Okay, now if you follow these, they simply stay right in place. They go just like that. This would be the passenger side. That'd be the driver's side. Okay, now the passenger side is to go in that hole right there on the bottom side of this bracket. The driver's side goes to the upper. And they simply slide in and snap right in, and then they stay put from there. You're good. Just so you can see what I'm up to here. After that, we're going to probably buzz up and touch up this paint, mask off the front. Other than that, good to go. So bear with me a minute and I'll get this thing assembled. All right, we are back at it on the 68, and it's straight. I ended up just re-shimming, adjusting the whole front end. And I actually painted the core support behind that. The factory paint on some of these aftermarket panels are really, really thin. They look like they're covered, but they're really not. I did have to notch these just a hair on both sides. Got a triangle gusset in each corner going in. I did take out the ender wells for now, so I could actually get to all the hardware in the correct way. Gonna get some new headlight hardware, but all aside that, I've got to get this thing cleaned up. It's so dusty. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna be setting up our new vacuum booster, which I have to drill the upper holes at. I think I'm gonna leave the upper nut on. This thing is cocked pretty high, and I'm kind of a little bit worried that it is gonna hit or interfere with the hood. Like, it's iffy, man. I don't like iffy. So I think I'm just going to space this just a little bit to kind of bring the angle of that so it's like this instead of like this. Okay. All aside that, we did put some black paint on our bare metal master cylinders to the brakes. I'm going to be hitting this with a Brillo right here around the surface point to the rubber gasket of the cap. All this should be fine without paint. But that bare metal, no. Definitely big no-no. That's our new vacuum booster, metal donut. I'm actually going to use a different set of brackets that came with another brake booster, because the ones that came with this actual kit were really, really steep. Like, they've got a lot more angle than these do. But I've marked it out, and you see our little X right there. And I put it on the back side, which will be easier to drill. So we're going to pop them, and then I should be able to mount these to the firewall. Get all that set up, and then I've already got a lot of the brake lines ran. I've got to dig out the proportioner valve, which will be mounting probably right off the brake booster, and brain fart, master cylinder, and then we'll go ahead and continue on from there. So bear with me for a minute while I get all this going. I'd let my camera record, but man, I'm doing this from a cell phone, and it overloads real quick. So do I. So bear with me for a minute and I'll keep on or resume taping. All right, as promised. I don't know if I promised it, more like a broken pinky swear. Okay, we got our brackets for our vacuum booster in. Got our master cylinder mounted. Now I got to dig through all my stuff and find the brake proportioner valve, and I make all my brake lines myself. And then we're going to try to mount that somewhere right here-ish with the bracket. It goes to there. Just keep on going. All right, back on the 68, working our way through it. Then I'm getting all the shimming set up. touched up some of the black, flat black on the core support. Gonna replace these front clip mounts. Actually, I bought all brand new, but I don't believe these are the right height. Aside from that, we are gonna run the ECM inside the cab now. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put the fuse panel with the relays inside the cab also. Try to keep the heat away from the relays. It'll help. A lot of people do mount them up here on the firewalls and whatnot. But this old column, steering column, original one's coming out as well. I'm going to retape this with that fabric tape that I just love to use. This one goes to the gas pedal. We can go ahead and start getting on some spark plug wires. Got our brake set up. I got to order a proportioner valve, which will be somewhere right here. Tying in all that and then routing the rest of it down to the new brake setups. As a conclusion, a long time ago I got the heavy half rear end, so I got to go ahead and order a new set of brake calipers and rotors that will fit the back. Completely spaced on this one. They were supposed to bolt on, but the last set I got, since it was a different rear end, it fit that one, but it was a 4 3/4 pattern with a 5-inch front pat. Yeah, boo-boo. Only made a couple on the whole build from all the way down to where we were at, so I'm going to continue on. We got dust everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and get all this crap cleaned up, give it a little touch up under here. A few spots that I can see that I wouldn't mind giving just a little blast of just primer, black primer. We are going to be painting the inside of the cab the same color. Dash and all. I've got all brand new dash gauges. I believe it's Dakota Digital. I haven't torn it out the box yet. Big thing, I always leave stuff in the boxes till I get to it so parts don't get lost. Or, you know, whatever it may be, we're not losing them. And gonna go ahead and make myself my parts list for all the headlight bezel hardware. Like our hood setup, we got to order a hood, rear brakes, and a bench seat. We're gonna get one of them cool diamond pattern ones, I believe. But yeah, like I said, I got to get all this crap cleaned up. And there's a few spots like there and some of the corners where I want to add seam sealant. And these corners back here, pretty dirty right now. I've got to dig back into that. This did get left out just a little bit after that last soda blast, a little flash rust. So I'm going to clean that up, re-primer it, probably put some foam in the bottom corners. It helps with the heat, the noise, and everything else. And if it's got any air coming through there at all, it won't be long. I'm just making myself my list, checking it twice. Santa's coming. I ain't been naughty or nice. I ain't telling you anyway. Okay, tailgate's on. And, of course, our hardware. Brand new hardware. All the way bottomed out. I had to re-drill all 3 holes for the handle. Obviously, it caught that. I'm so pissed. But, oh well. You can't expect a few imperfections or mistakes on a build caliber this high. So bear with us. And then I think we pretty much got all glass. I'm going to replace the front windshield, though. It did have cracks, and we ain't doing a cracked windshield in this. So we got to order wheels, tires, bench seat, windshield, and I think we're even going to be putting some new lights in here. I got to see what all I got for this thing. I had boxes and boxes and boxes of parts. We're finally getting down there. We got all new bushings, all kinds of new bolts, hardware. I'm going to go ahead and sandblast all the hood hardware. We're getting black chrome on anything that was chrome. Front bumper. We have the roll pan back bumper now, so that's pretty much what it is, gentlemen. I'm going to keep going. It looks pretty good so far, but we got to get all this dust cleaned up. This thing's staying inside till I'm done now. I'm taking on a little less these days. I'm starting to slow down royal. And then once we get everything back together, all these panels are new except for this, the grill, basically. And I've had to modify every hole on the fenders, reshim everything. The bed's been shortened 20 inches, 12 up front, 8 in the rear. I'm trying to think of anything else I can tell you, but yeah, all these aftermarket parts. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I'm going to see what I think about the new chrome that's going to cover these. I'm hoping, I believe that it covers this whole thing like that, and then the hood has a piece of chrome that goes across the face of the tip of the hood as well. And then I've still got all the badges and everything. We're going to probably just get all those. It's called black chrome. They basically super chrome, redip or respray, whatever the heck they do. I've never chromed anything before. I don't know how it works. I've always paid somebody to do it. But it's transparent, like tinting the lights. And I think it'll look really good with this color scheme. We're going to be painting our bed soon, but I've got to break it off again. And then one other thing I'd like to show you as well. We're going to be putting a wood deck in this, but you've got to make sure you leave your access to your bolt holes and all your hardware. And this tailgate, I cut back in a few spots that I didn't like. I'm going to be Raptor lining basically all the metal, with the exception of not the wood down below. We're going with the dark walnut. And we've Rust-Oleum'd in and out and everything on the bare metal. And this is DTM, direct to metal, black primer. I love sanding this stuff. It shows so well, bodywork and flat and high spots, low spots, all that good mamma jamma. So bear with us, man. We are getting there, and I'm going to try to push this on full speed and keep it moving. So I'll take another video shortly when I get a little bit more work done. I like how the exhaust turned out. Our brake lines are basically pretty much all ran. I need to put in a few pieces of equipment to finish tying those in. And after I get the interior of this thing sprayed, I'm going to go ahead. We've got the paintless wiring harness. Painless. Dude, I stand by these guys. They make good harnesses, man. Just such great equipment. There's certain ones that stand out. I've used Amazon ones before, but I'll tell you what. They work, but occasionally you'll have something off or not, or bad connections. But them painlesses, though, man, those are the way. And I've got a bunch of bins with all the stock parts, bushings, emblems, everything. I literally label every section, every bolt, everything. And then this is some of the parts left as far as like hinges. I'm going to sandblast those, repaint those in black as well. Just try to keep it about a two-tone color scheme. And get that front bumper out tomorrow. Get it all sandblasted. Probably, I think we're going to be doing black chrome on the bumper as well. Got to check with this one. Is not mine. It's my boy in Vegas. Thanks, Jim, for letting me guinea pig your truck. All right, here we go. I'm going to stop right here instead of gabbing and talking. All right.